The Porsche Taycan Turbo S. The Porsche Taycan Turbo S beats Tesla, sets the new quarter-mile record for electric cars. It isn't often we set records at the drag strip, but we did last week when we tested the all-electric all-wheel drive 2020 Porsche Taycan Turbo S. By a mere 0.04 second, it became the quickest, in time, and fastest, in speed, battery-powered electric vehicle in history of testing. Setting up the Taycan. First, the prerequisites. The Taycan's 94 kWh lithium-ion battery pack must be at least 75% charged and its temperature should read at least 80 degrees Fahrenheit in the instrument panel. Selecting the Sport Plus drive mode ensures launch mode is available, which ups the motor's combined output from 616 to 750 horsepower, but torque remains unchanged at 774 lb-ft. Acceleration did not vary measurably if the traction and stability controls were engaged or in performance mode, but my best run had traction control disabled. Free falling. Horizontally. 1/10 of a second, 0.1. After releasing its brakes, the 5,109-pound Taycan, about the same weight as a Jeep Gladiator Rubicon, was already traveling 4.3 miles per hour and achieving 1.0 g in longitudinal acceleration. I was literally experiencing free fall, as if stepping off the ledge of a building but horizontally. In fact, after 0.8 second, in less distance than the car's own length, the Taycan was traveling 19.6 miles per hour and reaching its peak longitudinal acceleration of 1.11 g. Like Superman swooping down to save falling Lois Lane, it was exceeding the gravitational force of a free fall. That 1.0 g plus sensation was sustained all the way up to 40.3 miles per hour, where it began to slowly wane. Even when it reached 60 miles per hour in a near-record 2.4 seconds, and less than 8 car lengths, the Taycan Turbo S was still pulling 75 centimotes. The top 15 fastest. It's been my honor and thrill, really, to have been the drag strip test driver for 11 of the quickest cars on our top 15 list. By the 0.30 mph times how we gauge how well a car launches, the list shows they fall within 0.6 second of one another, 0.9 to 1.5 sec overall. What's interesting is that each McLaren, there are 4 in this group, launched like a McLaren, a little soft at first, then they accelerate like an NHRA Super Street Class car, which would require aftermarket axles and a roll cage with an altered floor pan. Yet these McLarens are street-legal cars. The same holds true with Ferraris because they are also rear-wheel drive. But all-wheel drive further changes this acceleration equation. Just ask the video operators who have ridden along on occasion. On the first run, I always warn them, put your head and camera against the head restraint. You'll thank me in about a half second. The response is always the same, holy guacamole, you weren't kidding. Okay, maybe there's a bit more industrial language, but this is a family show. AWD changes the game. Including the Taycan Turbo S, there are now 8 AWD cars on the list. The slowest to 30 miles per hour, in 1.23 seconds, are the quad-turbo 16-cylinder Bugatti Veyron 16.4 and Porsche 918 Spider. The rest leap off the line like a cat seeing a cucumber. Our 911 Turbo S pointed its front to the heavens and even did a teeny wheelie after I had softened the dampers for better rear weight transfer. By contrast, the Taycan was unusual in that it remained eerily flat on launches, with virtually no weight transfer. This really heightens the sensation of the Taycan's acceleration, as your body senses the seat back with the same force as your weight. This is truly unusual, especially because your surroundings are otherwise quiet. One sense, hearing, is diminished, and the other, touch, is heightened. All 4 P0s were scrambling for traction on the brink of wheelspin, and the Taycan was literally dancing and bucking under its own power. It reached the point where I needed to make steering corrections to keep the car pointed straight during those first 1.7 seconds. At about 2.5 seconds, I could barely detect the 1 to 2 gear change happening at the rear motor, guessing at 63 miles per hour, or 101 kilometers per hour for obvious reasons. Taycan vs Tesla. It's interesting that our 3 quickest quarter-milers are, to this day, hybrid electric hypercars, but the previous battery electric vehicle, BEV, record holder was the Tesla Model S P100D, aka Blood, ludicrous and with its 10.51 second pass at 125.0 miles per hour. The Taycan Turbo S, carrying 218 pounds more curb weight, did not reach 30 or 60 miles per hour as quickly as the Model S, but because of its rear 2-speed transmission and higher combined output, it did reach 100 miles per hour 0.12 seconds earlier. It also crossed the 1,320-foot finish line 0.04 sooner, going a significant 5.7 miles per hour faster with a 10.47 second, 130.7 miles per hour pass. Congratulations, Porsche. Thank you for watching my video.